Hey there guys, it's Liz here. Happy Tuesday. Let me know as you guys are tuning in, getting ready to hear me talk about Obesogens. Let me know where you guys are watching from, and of course put hashtag replay if you guys are catching this later. This is actually such a big deal and such a big topic that this is going to be part 1 of 2 of my Facebook Live series on Obesogens. And guys, this is something that isn't so glamorous, but it's important and it needs to be talked about. Hey Kate, thanks for hopping on, babe. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. So, hey Beth. So this is a class of chemical compounds, guys, for lack of better words, that are disrupting the way that your body is working. It's literally increasing the inflammation in your body. It's increasing the fat cells in your body. It's keeping you from being able to have a properly functioning thyroid. There are so many issues that stem from obesogens, and the thing is, nobody really talks about them, right? So there are different places that you can find them in your everyday life, in your house, guaranteed. And I want you guys, hey Sandra, thanks for hopping on, babe. I want you guys to know where you can find them. And I thought about squeezing this all into one Facebook Live, and then I realized that it would really make me have to rush it. And so I'm going to do half of them today, and I'm going to do half of them later this week. But I need you guys to understand that these things exist. Now, is it glamorous? Is it just sounding just as good to maybe try and eliminate some of these things I'm going to be talking about versus going and trying, like, I don't know, some new fad diet or whatever it is? No, it's not glamorous. But for those of you guys out there that aren't going to scroll by this and that are thinking to yourself, you know what? I know that I can achieve more optimal health. Yeah, I do have a weight loss plateau that I need to break through. I feel like my energy level isn't where it could be. And maybe you've tried a lot of other things. And it doesn't mean those other things aren't important pieces of the puzzle, but it's important for you guys to understand that this stuff matters. So I'm going to go over 4 of these with you. And first I'm going to be starting with pesticides. So many of you guys probably heard me talk before about the fact that pesticides, you know, they can be in your water. They can be on your foods. If you guys haven't heard of the Dirty Dozen, please Google it, because that is where you're going to find the most pesticides on your produce, on your fruit and your veggies that you get. So at least make sure that you're getting those organic. What are those things going to do? Guys, there's one called atrazine that literally is found in probably the most commonly in your fruits and vegetables. And it's actually found a lot in your water because this pesticide is in the soil and it's going down into the water table, right? So please make sure that if you can, go and get your water tested, because even though there are regulations that are trying to make sure that you don't have certain chemicals in your water, there have been studies, especially over the last 5-6 years, that have proven that atrazine is so densely in multiple different, I think it was like 19 or 20 different states where it was above tolerated levels. But unless you're really, assessing it yourself, a lot of times you have no idea that it's even in there, and they're not necessarily doing anything about it. So please make sure that you get a filter for your water and that you're at least getting organic produce when it comes to the Dirty Dozen. Just go to Google, type it in. They do a new one every single year and they update the list for you. So go and make sure that you do that and at least get organic in those things. The second thing is BPA. So guys, hey Kim, thanks for hopping on, babe. So BPA is the next thing. You guys probably have heard of that before. That's the second most common obesogen, but I want you guys to understand that it's not just in water bottles. So a lot of us think, guys, comment a 1 below if you've heard of BPA before. So this is a type of estrogen mimicking compound that's put into plastics, but not only plastics, it's also put in cans. So not only is BPA going to be in your water bottles that you get from Target or, Giant or Walmart. A lot of times if you look at blender bottles or some of the sports bottles, since 2012, a lot of that stuff has been labeled as BPA free, because when 2012 ended up coming out with a study, I think it was by it was one of the journals, International Journal of Obesity, I believe. They actually directly linked BPA to setting off this biochemical cascade in your body that increases inflammation and increases the size of your fat cells from BPA. So this is not only just in your plastic water bottles that you get with Dasani or, just the grocery store brand water bottles. But guys, this is also going to be in your plastic storage containers. Please make sure that they're saying that they are BPA free. This is going to be in your, let me think some of the other things. I have some of them written down here. This is going to end up being in some of your coffee lids. Those of you guys that go to Wawa or go to Starbucks, the lids that are on top of your coffee, that you think probably don't harm you, especially because you're like, oh, if this stays under a certain temperature, we're good. It only matters if it gets so hot. Think about the hot coffee or the hot tea that you are then pouring into your mouth every single day. And on a repeated basis, you're literally swallowing BPA. So guys, please, please, please either bring in your own cup, bring in a Yeti, ask them to put it in there, or Kate, I know you said is celery on the dirty dozen. Go and type it in. I don't memorize all of them. There's a clean 15 in a dirty dozen, but go to Google and type it in. But if you go to Starbucks, Wawa, Sheetz, any coffee place that are out there, guys, they don't have, it's probably not a BPA free lid. Like, so you're literally like drinking those toxins every single day and whatever's lined in your cup. So just think about that. Make sure that you think about what you are having on a daily basis that has this stuff in it. If you get canned fruits or canned vegetables, it's going to be lining the inside because they line those cans typically, unless it's labeled as BPA free, they're going to line that can to keep the aluminum taste from seeping into the food with BPA. So this is something that I want you guys to think about because not a lot of people realize, like if they're getting even like, canned veggies, canned fruits, you think it's healthy, you're having other chemicals leach in there. So please make sure you think about that. Number 3, and I'm only gonna do 4 for today. Number 3 is PFOA. So it's an abbreviation for a big, long word that is the compound that's used in anything that's like non-stick. So non-stick cookware, like Teflon pans, things like that. Microwave popcorn bags have PFOA in there. What else has it in there? Pizza boxes. Anything that's supposed to not be sticking there, stain-resistant carpet, water-repellent clothes, guys, all of these things contain PFOA. And so you may not even be thinking about it. A lot of like fire-retardant clothes for kids, there are a lot of toxic materials in there and then you're not even really thinking about it. And a doctor actually brought it to my attention during a podcast last week, thinking about like, when was the last time that you heard that it was the flame retardant clothing that saved a child's life versus something else, right? So you have to think about what are the alternatives for you exposing your kids to it, to expose yourself to it. So, PFOA is in a lot of things. I used to have microwave popcorn all the time. Hey, Tiff, thanks for hopping on, babe. Hey, Caitlin. So just think about that, guys. Pizza, my husband and I get pizza usually like once a week or, like once every 2 weeks. I'm now rethinking about the fact that they're putting that non-stick stuff on the inside of my pizza box, right? And then lastly, guys, phthalates. Phthalates are actually something that is more common than you think, and I didn't realize how much it was in until I did more of this research, especially on my beauty products and especially on my bath products, my hair products. That's why I'm so excited about the biohacking hair care that is going to have all of the crap like released from it. It is not included, so you don't have the phthalates, you don't have all the other fillers, but guys, it's not just in that stuff as well. It's actually in different plastics and vinyls and anything that's used in plastics to make it flexible. So if you are thinking about different stuff that you're used to line your house, different like vinyl floorings, if you think about the different saran wrap that you're using to cover your foods or cover leftovers from Thanksgiving, honestly, phthalates are in a lot of that stuff, and you have to make sure that you're thinking about these little things. I understand that to you it may not seem like a big deal. Like I know a lot of times people are like, everything causes cancer, everything causes disease. I need you guys to realize that a lot of things do contribute to that, but just because we say a lot of it contributes doesn't negate the fact that it's still happening. So if you're wondering why you can't break through this plateau, if you're wondering why you can't achieve optimal health and you feel like you've tried a lot of these things, don't you think you should kind of try and start eliminating it, even if it's just one thing at a time? Even if every day, if you are, insistent on going to Wawa and getting your coffee every morning, don't put the lid on it, or put the lid on and try not to drink out of that. I always try and take the lid off, drink, and then put the lid back on. So these little things, these obesogens are really contributing a lot more than you realize. And so I've thought about this a lot within my last year with my autoimmune issues. I'm telling you, if you have stuff that you feel is like whacking out your hormones, I guarantee some of these are going to be on the list, and I guarantee your doctor probably isn't going to be talking to you about them. So guys, this was 4 out of probably like 10 that I'm going to be talking about. I'm going to come on later this week and make sure that you guys get the rest of them. But if you have any questions, please comment below. Please try and make sure that you just at least start with one of these and try eliminating it from your life just for a week. And you'll be amazed at how much toxicity you release from you and your family's body. So, love you guys. Have a great night.